On today's show, Chris and Angie will share their top 5 tile laying games. But the fun doesn't stop there. Gear up for a stimulating quiz inspired by one of Angie's favorite podcasts, a nod to our collective love for all things broken. Get ready, the tiles are set, and the banter starts now.
Hello, everybody. This is the Chasing Meeples podcast. I am your host, Chris. And as usual, I am with my lovely co-host, Angie.
Hello, hello.
How are you doing today, Angie?
I'm fine. I thought you were going to say snarky co-host.
Snarky co-host? No, I would never say such a thing.
You've been calling me snarky a lot lately.
Well, you have been lately. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, I'm not going to deny that. Won't deny it.
There are no filters on this podcast. What you hear is what you get, and that is our true relationship.
Exactly, especially because you're going to create an outtake video of our last video we just made.
Oh my God, I'm just going to put it right on the video.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
It was funny. You know what's awesome? If we can make each other laugh.
Mm-hmm.
Not just
for sure
make other people laugh, but if we cut up laughing, talking to each other, then that's gold, everybody. That's gold.
That is.
So,
buttons on your underwear.
well, Chris, we have a lot of irons in the fire, don't we?
Oh, we do.
We just got done doing a video for Oliver Reed's Don't Be Bored YouTube channel.
The game of the month.
Yes. And we talked about 2 games I played one game and then I played the other one with you. So we went and talked about those 2 games. Do we want to tell the people what they are?
Oh, sure. Absolutely.
I have been playing solo Three Sisters roll and write game. And then we had also been playing Distilled.
Yeah, we talked about Distilled enough in the last episode. I don't think we need to discuss it anymore, other than the fact that it is still awesome. That's all I'm going to say about Distilled.
That's all you're going to say about that? Okay.
No, I mean, that's it. What else can I say?
What else is there to say?
Right.
Because you said an awful lot in the video. You talked and talked and talked, and I was trying to keep a smile on my face because last time I had some bizarre look on my face and it came off just looking so pissed, so angry. So I didn't want to do that. So I made sure that I just pasted a smile on my face. And then you're talking about Distilled and you're going on and on and on. And then you stop. Gotta do that again. And then you go on and on and on. And my cheeks were hurting because it is not natural. It's not natural for me to smile.
Oh, you just said it. Darn it. I was hoping you were going to walk into that.
Oh,
I was going to say, Angie, I love you so much. But it must be hard to smile, huh?
My face hurt. Because then you want to have, it's a girl thing, but then I want to smile and there's things.
It's a girl thing. No, it's called RBF.
Well, I know that, but I'm talking about when you smile that you don't want your face to squint and lines and all sorts of things that I know that goes on when I smile. And I think about my lip gloss and don't squint, don't close your eyes and all sorts of stuff like that. So my face hurt because you're just yammering away. And then you stop. Oh, I got to do that all over with again. You were perfect, but I got to say that all over with again.
Well, you were perfect.
And then, you were. Normally, you're spot on with these, that you pretty much have what you're going to say. And this time, you're trying to fit in that joke, and then you're getting lost and all sorts of stuff.
We can't always be, perfect.
I know. But I come to rely on you because you have the golden voice.
Well, yeah. Well, if you come to rely on me, I'm sorry I let you down, but it's going to happen a lot.
No.
So we did that. What other irons do we have in the fire?
Well, we right now in the kitchen. We have a prototype copy of Yarnos Falling. It is not a 2-player game. You can do it solo. You can do a 3 and 4 player. They just created, but it's a battling game.
Mm-hmm. It's probably going to shine.
I think
at
because
2-player
it was
game.
meant to be a 2-player.
Right. And well, 3 and 4 players, it becomes a team mode where it's 2-on-2.
You know, the way the rule book is written, I don't think about being on a team with a game partner that might want to meta the whole thing. But I don't know if teams works well. I don't know. We don't play teams. I think we did a team game once, and that went okay, but it wasn't the best. So we'll see. There is a language, I'm going to say barrier, but the rule book is essentially written and translated. You can tell. And so, I mean, it's interesting. It's a prototype. It's going to be on Kickstarter pretty soon.
Published by Peewick Dreams. Designer Lucia Sanfilippo and Ugo Tomasello. So super excited to play that game, and we'll tell everybody what we think about it. We also will be doing a Kickstarter preview for an upcoming game.
Like literally found that out an hour ago.
Yeah, we were asked, and of course, we would be happy to help out Dinky Games again. So Dinky Games is going to be releasing another game shortly called Raccoon Restaurant, right? Raccoon Restaurant?
That's the name of it. And it's going to be going to Kickstarter. And I saw some of the artwork they had on Instagram. And I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to something. I don't know. It seems like I have no idea. I know artwork. I saw raccoons. I cannot say at all. It seems like a blank game. So forget everything I just said, people. I have no idea what it is until I get it. But it should be here.
Yes. So they said they're going to be mailing us out the prototype on Wednesday.
Tuesday or
Wednesday, which means Thursday. Well, which means Friday or Saturday. We'll probably get it.
You know, it came. Last time they sent us a game, it's coming from, the center of the country. I won't necessarily say where, but I got it in 2 days last time. It was supposed to take 3 and it took 2. So the mail was moving along.
Way to go, USPS. Super excited about all that stuff. Always cool to help a publisher and just get new games into the hands of people.
It's interesting. And doing prototypes, playing prototypes, I think it's really interesting. It just makes me a little bit more curious about the process that people are showing. I was on the Instagram or Facebook page of Bruno Catalia, and he showing what it was obviously a prototype. And some people were speculating that it was a Jamaica kids game, possibly. It was very interesting to see how he even had his prototype laid out and stuff, because he is a well-known designer, Bruno, as I call him. I just know him by his first name. It's interesting going on there because everybody's French, so I have to go through and click that C translation to find out what anybody's talking about.
Sure.
So I feel so cultured.
Oh, yes.
I do, because I'm on the Facebook page of a Frenchman. I'm so cultured. Lowly American.
Oh, yes. You didn't really get much gaming in since the last time we recorded a podcast.
Chris, you've been so busy. Every waking moment that you've had to relax, you've looked up and saw me staring at you. And I said, and what do I say? I always do this to you. And it's horrible, but I do it. Chris, what are you doing? What are you doing right now?
Yes.
And you're like, yes, I just need 5 minutes to rest. I'll get up there. I'll get up in the studio and start editing. Just give me 5 minutes.
And then what happens? I fall asleep or something.
Well, sometimes. You're a hardworking guy, and I think the last episode, because something happened with your processing and stuff, and then something got deleted. So it was like demoralizing, I think. You were somewhat demoralized in doing it. And it wasn't as, it's a difficult process, but I think you weren't as enthusiastic about it. Usually you come downstairs and you're like, okay, you got to listen to this, and knowing that you added something to it, something special or something that I didn't know what was going to be in there. And this time I think it kind of...
It pulled the Discover Lands Unknown on me. It was like like episode 11 was like if Discover Lands Unknown and Patchwork and Patchwork had a baby and said, this is now what you have to focus every waking hour on. Wet socks and negative points. That is what episode 11 was. So the process of editing is not difficult for me. I really enjoy it. And I tried something a tad bit different this last time. And you spend a good probably 3 hours editing, and I uploaded it. Normally, I will listen to an episode before I release it, but I released it. I had faith in what I did. I don't know what happened. All I can think of is when the bit rate or whatever it was not, when I moved it from our Taskmaster
4000,
the Tascam to our DAW, something must have got messed up. So we had it up for a while, and I just was like, you know what? I really have high standards for my audio quality, but it can't be that bad. And it was horrible. It hurt my ears to listen to. There was just something about it, and there was this horrible sound every time we stopped talking. Like, it was just bad. It was bad. And Angie finally decided, you got to pull this down. And I went through and I restarted it, remastered it from beginning to end. And it just took me forever. And every time I thought I would get somewhere, some calamity would happen. The DAW would freeze, or the computer would do something, and I didn't happen to hit save like I normally do, and I'd have to start over. So hours of work disappeared on me, and I don't even want to think about it. I don't want to think about it. Episode 12 is a new beginning.
Well, it almost seemed that I was away on work, and it came home, and you were so happy because it was done. Mm-hmm. And it was done early.
Yeah.
It was done early, and you were kind of proud of yourself, or that's the way it came off, that you were proud that, hey, Angie, I've been doing something while you were gone. I wasn't just playing video games with our son.
Yes.
I was doing something. I accomplished something. I got the podcast edited. And I'm like, oh, okay, that's, I was very, very happy that you had it done. And then so I think there was some happiness there. And then when you realized how bad it was, I think it just kind of really punched you in the gut. You're over it. You got it fixed. Mm-hmm. Got it fixed. This is a new one.
So yes, thank you everybody for your patience with us on that last episode. If you listened to it the first time we released it, I hope it didn't hurt your ears too much, but we re-released it. It is now called episode 11, Beer and Bread Remastered Edition, or something like that. And give it a second listen. I would love to hear your opinions if you were one of the few people who listened to it before it was remastered, and tell me what you think.
Oh my gosh. Our listeners are too nice.
Well, that's a good thing. I like nice people. It's always good to be nice. Quiz
time. Now, there's going to be some background noise. I'm going to try to minimize it, but I'm going to be on the computer for this. I have a little bit written down, but I'm going to be on the computer mostly for this. So this quiz, and I don't believe you really do. Do you ever listen to This Game is Broken?
Very rarely.
Well, it's a loss for you because that's an awesome podcast. But so I'm not stealing anything from them, but I got the idea from them. and an idea that Dave Lusa does with his young son. We're going to do it with 5 games, okay? First game.
Do I get to sing a song about him?
Sure. Okay, yeah.
I need music for that, though.
Okay, well, you have a thingy there. Okay, listen, okay? You got to listen here.
That is like my favorite part of that podcast. When I do listen to it is when Dave sings a song.
Okay. So it's a tile placement game, and it's one that we own. You have to guess what the game is by asking me questions. You can ask me anything except for the title. So if you want a description of the box, you want to know what components are in there, how long it plays, publisher, anything, almost anything. You got 5. I should have brought a pen up here. I didn't. You can ask me 5 questions. If you get it right on the first question, you get 5 points. If you get it right on the second question, you get 4 points. Third question, 3, 2 questions, like that. Okay. And I should have, hang on a second. So I have 5 games, and then I do have 1 bonus question. So you have a possibility of 16 points.
And to make sure that I get max points on this quiz, you've decided to take my suggestion about the first question being easy so I get my dopamine drip, correct? Or are you just going to patchwork me all over the place? No, that's fine. Okay, let's just go. I will do better than I did last time.
So I'm going to give you your bonus question first.
All right.
What is the name of the tile placement game that Tom Vassell designed? Oh my gosh, you don't know what it is?
No. I'm just thinking that's a tile placement game.
It has tile placement in it. So these games...
It was some gangster game. The name escapes me.
Vicious Fishes.
Oh, Vicious Fishes. No, there was a different game he designed too, wasn't it?
No.
Oh.
I think he only did one.
I did too.
I think he was so demoralized.
Oh.
Vicious Fishes got hammered. Okay. First question.
What year was the game published?
What year was the game published?
It was a stupid first question. Why would I?
You want to redo it?
No.
Are you sure?
No.
I'm going to say 2022. It could have been 21, but...
What is the theme?
The theme is that it is a puzzly map building game to conquer the overworld.
Overboss.
Got it. Okay. So that was your second question, so you get 4 points. Okay. You're doing good here. You've got 4 points.
Second game for me to guess. Mm-hmm. What is the theme?
Create beautiful windows with colored glass more efficiently than anyone else.
Sagrada stained glass of Sintra.
No.
What?
It's not.
Do I get to keep guessing?
Yeah, you have 5 questions, so that's... I'm thinking maybe I should actually give you my own what is it about rather than what's written here. BGG.
It's Azul. It's the second expansion to Exul. And it is called the one that I like, that I can't think of the name. Azul Stained Glass or something like that, right?
Azul Stained Glass of Sintra.
Oh, I was wrong. I said Sagrada Stained Glass of Sintra. It's actually Azul.
You didn't say, you just said Sagrada.
No, if I said Sagrada Stained Glass of Sintra.
Or did you?
It was actually Azul, so... Well, that was stupid of me.
4 points. So you're sitting on 8. Third game.
All right. I'm going to go with the standard first question. What is the theme of this game, Angie?
Balance the food chain.
Gods love dinosaurs.
You're doing good here, Chris. 5 points. Wow. You know, I don't think those are actually questions. Well, anyway. 4th. You can start her out.
All right. I'm going to shake this up a little bit, and I'm going to ask you, what is the theme of the game?
You're creating a home.
Dinosaur Island.
Wrong.
Am I allowed to keep guessing without asking a question? Or do I have to ask a question? I am creating a home. Okay. What is, other than tile laying, what is another mechanic of the game?
Automatic resource growth, grid coverage, modular board. Some of these things aren't mechanisms, but race, rondelle.
Okay, hold on.
Yes. So Chris does have a list of all the tile placement games we own. Because I had to take, I try to make this easy so we could make our list of 5 tile placement games. So I had to break down our list of games by which ones have tile placement in it. You can ask another question. So you asked 2 questions already. So you asked a third question.
Is it nature themed?
Yes. Yes. 2 questions.
New York Zoo?
You got it. 2 points for Chris on that one. 2 points. All right.
All right. Is this the last one?
This is the last one. So far, do you want to know what you have so far? So far, you have 14 points.
Ooh, out of 19, huh? Possible 19, you said?
16.
16?
Yeah.
All right. Ooh, the pressure's on. Okay. This game that I'm going to be guessing, Angie, who designed it?
Uwe Rosenberg.
I so hope it is not Patchwork. Is it Patchwork?
No.
Oh,
No.
God. Oh, that would have been like a
Patchwork.
kick to the teeth for me.
It's not Patchwork.
He designed that, though, right?
He did. He did a lot of tile placement games, so on that list, he's got quite a few.
What is the theme of this game?
It's abstract, essentially.
Was it Nova Luna?
Yes, it's Nova Luna. You got 3. You got 3. So you did.
Ooh, what did I do? What did I do?
That can't be right.
That can't be right because that's more points than you said I could have gotten.
No.
If I could get a max of 5 points per every question,
That would have been 16.
5 points per 5.
Oh, I had
5 times 5.
So 25 would have been the most.
Yes, dear.
I think originally I was thinking doing this with 3 games. So 25. I'm sorry, 25 was the max points. Well,
5 times 3 isn't even 16.
But then the bonus one. You didn't get the bonus question.
Oh, okay.
You didn't get the bonus question. So you got 19 points.
19.
18.
18 out of 25, Angie. That is a better showing than I had during the last quiz. So I'll take it. That was actually a really good quiz.
Thank you. Well, I thank Dave, Matthew, Paula, and the Murph brothers.
And now it's my turn. Ready?
Okay.
Yeah. How do you make an ecosystem flourish? just enough of every life form in the chain to supply you with the dinosaurs to dominate the lands. Resources are scarce. Everyone must eat to survive, so moves must be cunning, like hangs in the balance. In God's of dinosaurs, a cheeky, wild, and timeless take on scientific.
When he does it, though, he
Well, okay, hold on. I got to stop this music. I just accidentally stopped you when you were talking. Okay, I know, but when he does it, yes, but
that's the way he does it, yeah.
I don't know. That was pretty good, though.
That was very good. So I'm here, trying to answer your questions, and you're over there coming up with music and looking in BGG. Yeah, that was so off the cuff. I literally got done giving the quiz, clicked off a BGG, and you were already ready to do that. You are prepared.
I learned that from Corey Keshin.
Oh.
Our son loves this YouTube creator named Corey Keshin. He plays video games and watches like scary stories.
Just screams, and our son it's so
Gabe
fun.
just loves it. And then every now and then he'll break into a rap, and the coolest thing is when Gabe started rapping. So
that's right. That was funny. That was just bizarre, out of the blue. Just never done it again. Just sitting there one day and he's rapping. Chris, have you found anything interesting?
No.
Hold on to your seats. Chris and Angie are about to introduce their top 5 tile-laying games, a countdown that will echo in the annals of gaming history. Brace yourselves, for the suspense is about to unfold.
Angie, it is time for our top 5 tile-laying games. So, as usual, we normally look at a different criteria when we're picking our top 5s. Angie, what was your criteria for this list?
Okay, these are not necessarily the games I like the most. They are games that they're games that I like, but I think I put them in order by how well I think they utilize the tile lane or tile placement. And it was really late at night too, so it might have been that I didn't want to change the list around as I'm writing it. But we're going to go with, I believe that they, and I think they do. I really think they do.
So you believe that the games on your list use the tile laying method?
Order that I put them in.
Okay.
I think the tile lane is...
The game would not be good without it.
It's more integral to the game.
Got it.
Yes.
And because I'm unoriginal, I picked the games I liked from 5 to 1.
Okay.
That we own.
Number 5.
My number 5 tiling game also is the inspiration for the newest rap sensation, and it's called God Love Dinosaurs, published in 2020 by Pandasaurus Games. So this game, I don't even remember how we came across this game. I don't know if we saw it.
Yeah, I don't know. You just came up with it one day. I've never heard of it, and it's kind of like, look, I got this game. I'm thinking it's kind of a weird title.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't think you like this game as much as I do.
I do like it.
So in the game,
it almost made my list.
Oh, did it really?
Mm-hmm.
I did not think you liked that game that much. So in each turn, you'll add 1 tile to your ecosystem, and each tile adds a different type of animal to your ecosystem. And every so often, there's going to be a dinosaur that will run around and eat your animals. I believe, if I'm remembering correctly, Is this the one that also has like the predators
Yes, it is.
that can move in a certain?
Yep,
Yes.
like the eagle and the
Yep.
the tiger.
Yep. And every now and then there's a predator also, not just a dinosaur that will eat your animals as well.
Mm-hmm.
And it's simple, but fun. And there is a little bit of strategy to this game. And I really enjoy it. It was a 22 Mensa recommended game. 2022
Is it
Mensa
really?
recommended game. Yep.
I did not realize that.
So educational as well.
There you go.
So that is my number 5, Gods Love Dinosaurs, published in 2020 by Pandasaurus Games.
Well, my number 5 was also published in 2020. It is Honey Buzz, published by Elf Creek Games. And Honey Buzz kind of says essentially the name, but you are the tile. There's 2 different types of tiles in that game. There are tiles that you forage, and then there are tiles that you use to form hives. How you form the hive is what kind of honey you can make. I really, really enjoy this game. The reason why it's not higher on my list is because there is a lot more to that game than just a tile laying. It's an economic game. It also is, it's dependent on, it's an action selection. How you put your hive together, you're going to take certain actions. So because the tile laying is more of one aspect of it and not so integral to the game, is the only reason why it didn't come up higher, because I really do love this game. And that's Honey Buzz.
Number 4.
My number 4 tile placement game is the exact same game Angie had for number 5. And that is Honey Buzz, published in 2020 by Elf Creek Games. And I don't really need to say anything more about it, except that it's my number 4 because Angie already talked about it.
My number 4 is Castles of Burgundy. Castle, one of our earliest games that we have. Castles of Burgundy. Each player chooses tiles from a central board, and you play them into your duchy. You have there are different boards, but essentially there are different, like you could put 3 tiles in this area or 5 tiles in this area, and then you score them because there's all different ways. The tiles have, some are science tiles, some are farm tiles. So there's different ways to score them. There's different duchies. It's really a lot of fun. It's not higher because there are other mechanics, even though that the tiles are the main way you score in the game. But it's a lovely, lovely game. One of my favorite Feld games.
I'm surprised that one's number 4. I thought it'd be higher on your list.
Well,
I love that game as well. That game it's a classic. It is not on my list though, so I don't love it that much apparently.
Number 3.
My number 3 is a game that was published in 2021. The designer, Phil Walker Harding, and that game is Llama Land. So in Llama Land, you basically need to fit your fields together, grow crops, and give a good home to llamas. That's what you got to do. You play the role of a farmer, and you place your tiles on the board, and based on what you cover with a tile, you get that resource. And those resources are used to purchase cards, to purchase llamas. And the really cool thing about it is it's kind of got that 3-dimensional look to it, or aspect to it, where you're not just playing on one plane as you lay the tiles down, you're building the landscape. And some of the scoring is about how high your llamas are. Yeah, it's good stuff. Llama Land, published in 2021. Also a nominee for the 2022 UK Games Expo Best Family Game and the 2021 Golden Ludo Best Expert Game nominee. And that is my number 3.
You'll be very surprised at my number 3.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Is it a crossover?
No.
Oh, I can't wait to hear
it's a
it
game
then.
you don't even like.
Oh. Ooh, what is it?
Botanic.
Oh, yeah. Isn't it? It's Botanic?
Or Botanic? No, I don't think it's
No, I think it's Botanic.
Botanic. I don't know if it's Botanic. I always call it Botanic. It's got like a crazy botanist on the cover. It is kind of your basic tile laying game in the same way that you would lay tiles with a Carcassonne. You have little square tiles, but in this game you have to also like draft your tiles. You put them on a central board. It's a 2-player game, so you're kind of drafting. You're kind of drafting the tiles, and then you need to lay them out. They're essentially they're pipes with different types of floral elements to them, and those are going to score you extra points. But you're kind of laying out I think they're pipes. It looks like pipes. Looks like some crazy mechanics here. But I like the game. Chris doesn't like the game because he incredibly seems to lose every single time. And not only lose, it's one of those losses where you're like, I don't know. I can't get this. I can't get this. And yet it's got a weight of 1.82. And for some reason, you're like completely lost.
Oh, this game kicks my butt.
Maybe it's because it's so light. You're expecting more out of it or something.
No, I don't know. There's just something about it. There is just something about it that I suck at. I can't figure this game out no matter how many times I tried playing it. And I've just decided that I don't like it because of that. So.
I think one of the reasons I threw that on there because I knew it was going to be different. It was going to be something that you weren't going to pick. But a tile lane is very important to this because that's the game.
Yeah, that is the game. It's definitely not me though. It is the game, and it just makes it a bad game. Which you would think that a game that has that steampunk vibe, which I think is really cool. Like I like the steampunk style.
It's got the artwork from Imaginarium.
It does. It has that type of artwork, and the game just kicks my butt. I don't know what I do wrong when I play it. So that's your number 3?
That's my number 3.
All right. Good choice, Angie.
Number 2.
All right. My number 2. Before I tell you about my number 2, I need to set a stage. I need to set a picture. So I would like everybody to come with me on a journey. It's Friday night. It's Friday night. I didn't say meditate.
Oh.
I didn't say meditate. I didn't say om. All right. It's Friday night, and you are standing in line at your favorite restaurant, waiting for a table. There's room at the bar, so you and the person you are with go sit at the bar, and you got about a 45-minute wait.
Okay.
What are you going to do?
Okay.
What are you going to do? You're going to pull out Hive Pocket and play that game right on the bar, because that game got Angie and I through a lot of waiting. It got us through waiting at a Wahlburgers. It got us through waiting at Red Lobster. And Hive Pocket goes everywhere that I go because that game is super, super quick, easy to set up, and it is fun. So in Hive Pocket, You hop, you fly, you crawl, and you keep the hive intact to surround the enemy's queen bee and win. That's it. That is it. It's a strategic game for 2 players, and you have different types of bugs. Bugs! I don't know where that came from. Apparently, I'm going through puberty. You have different types of bugs, and each bug has its own movement rules. And for example, you have the ant that can crawl around the outside of the entire hive. You have the dung beetle who can go up on top and basically stop a bug from moving. You've got the spider who can move 3 spaces and 3 spaces only. And then you have the grasshopper who can hop over other tiles. There's an expansion. There's additions where you can have a mosquito and a ladybug. We have not yet played with them. We have that. But we pretty much just play basic hive. And even though Angie has finally figured a way to defeat me when we play hive, I still enjoy this game. And it's not that, one time, okay, so I just want to address something.
You came up with it.
Not the beetle thing. Oh, not that beetle thing. Oh. I'm over that beetle thing that you blatantly stole my strategy and turned it against me and made me lose. There's a person out there that thinks I'm really competitive. And I am. So I just want to set the record straight. I don't like to lose. One of our Meeple Chasers, one of our fans was talking to Angie, and they said that, Chris sounds very competitive. Well, I am very competitive. And it goes back to...
Don't say it.
Don't say what?
I want to hear what it goes back to.
You don't want me to say it?
No, I want you to say it, but I mentally, I said that out loud. I want to hear what it goes back to. I want to hear what it goes back to.
Oh, it's childhood.
Okay.
It's childhood. I have a friend who always wins no matter what game we play. And his name is Tim. And I'm going to start saying bad words, so I'm going to stop telling that story. But I hate losing because of that man. And now I'm super competitive. I'm even a bad winner. You literally call me a sore winner.
Oh, yes. Oh, my God. That was horrible. I could watch your face. And you had the skull on your face, and I'm looking at you and said, you won. Why are you so upset? I said, you upset because you didn't win by more? And you're like, yes. I thought my score was going to be bigger.
But no, seriously, I am very pleasant to play a game with. If we ever meet you at a game convention, I would happily play a game with you. And I'm really not a horrible person to play a game with.
No, he's not. Absolutely not.
So, all right. That is my number 2, Hive Pockets.
My number 2 is a crossover with Chris. It is a game. Do you want to guess which one?
Oh, it's Llama Land.
It's Llama Land. That's right, from Phil Walker Hardy and Lookout Games. It is Llama Land. Chris describes things so eloquently, I do not need to say anything.
Number 1.
All right, my number 1 tile-laying game. You know what, Angie, before I tell you that, I'm going to ask that you ask me 5 questions and see if you can guess my number 1 tile-laying game.
What does the box cover look like?
Ooh, that's a good question. The box cover has a sky on it, and it has beautiful white fluffy clouds. And in the distance, you can see a castle. And rivers running through the beautiful landscape.
Well, we don't have Castles of Mad Kid Ludwig, so I'm going to cheat the way you did.
Oh, now it's cheating, she said.
a castle in
It's
the background.
written down on the paper, cheater.
I wasn't even looking at that.
Literally, my list is on this piece of paper, and she grabs the paper.
That. Robinson Crusoe?
No.
Okay. Yeah, I knew there's no castle on that one. I give no.
There is no giving up.
There's no give up. Okay. Fluffy Cloud. How big is the box?
It is not your standard
It is
ticket to
Ark
ride.
Nova.
No.
Oh my gosh.
There's no castles in Ark
I
Nova.
know, but I'm thinking Fluffy Cloud. Okay.
That's 2.
So.
You have 3 more questions.
But you never answered my question. I just guessed.
You said, how big is the box? I started and then you cut me off.
So answer.
It is the same size as Castles of Burgundy.
What color is the box?
Blue, green, white, yellow. There's some red on it.
So the cover of the box just has a castle and fluffy clouds?
No.
Well, what else is on it?
Okay, well,
You're supposed to describe the cover of the box.
so you asked a very open-ended question,
That's
and I'm going to
okay.
count that as one of your asks.
No,
So you have
No.
one last question.
no. You have to tell me when I say, what does the box look like? You have to tell me what's on the box.
I did.
So you're saying the only thing in the box are fluffy clouds and a castle. The only thing on the box is fluffy clouds and a castle.
Okay. No.
You have to tell me what's on the box. Even if there's a giant dinosaur, you have to say it.
Okay. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. The box. We already have established that it has fluffy clouds and a castle. There is also a sun rising in the background. There is a river flowing through the center of the box. There's also a road. There's a building. There are trees. There is a crop, like a farm. There happens to be a award on the top in red.
There's a farm on it, a farm and a castle, and that's it?
What? No, there's words. If I say anything more, it's going to the title. The title is located on the cover, as well as the designer's name and the game publisher. I believe there's a bird flying through the sky as well in the background. There's livestock.
You got to look at the list of...
You're not asking good questions.
I'm trying to think of a game that has a castle and a farm on it and clouds. What is the designer's name? Someone that'll know.
It's Klaus Jürgen Reed. Reed.
Carcassonne.
Ding, ding, ding. Good job, Angie. When you look at the cover, you're going to see that I described the cover
No.
perfectly.
No. You're right.
Perfectly.
You're right. I don't know why it didn't come to me. It's the size the box of
All right.
Castles of Burgundy. Yeah.
So that is my number one tile laying game.
Getting that one.
Huh?
So I'm kicking myself for not getting that one.
I'm sorry. My number one tile laying game is Carcassonne. And that game, it's a classic, published in 2000. And it's good. If anybody, it's the first game in the Carcassonne series. There's been a lot of games after that. But anyway. So this game is one of those chill games. You make a cup of coffee on a cold winter morning and you play some Carcassonne. And that is it. That's why it's got a warm spot in my heart. Also, it is the inspiration for the title of this podcast because you have a meeple on a score track, and my meeple is always chasing Angie's around because she wins. But I still like the game. So, my number one, Angie can't figure it out because she cannot.
Obvious. That would be Chris's obvious number one. Oh.
Carcassonne.
Well, you'll be happy to know that my number one, you always win.
Ooh.
You always win. It is a 2019 game by Frank West, Isle of Cats. Isle of Cats is you have to rescue as many cats as you can before Lord Vesh comes to destroy their home. So everybody's got their player board, which is a ship, and you have to, it's like a tile drafting, you have to pay for with fish. Fish are your resources, is your currency. You buy tiles, and they are polyomino, and they are cats in the shape of the cats. Actually, no, the cats are in the shape of the polyomino tiles. And you try to fit them on the board, and you want to group as many color, you want like as many purples together, as many reds together, and then there's different ways to score, and you're trying to fill up the boat. Otherwise, there's negative points. I love the game. It's not my favorite tile laying game, but I think the tile laying is very obviously important to this game. So that's why it is my number one. Isle of Cats.
Isle of Cats would have been maybe number 6 or 7 on my list. I think when I look at, you say I always win this one. Maybe. I don't know. I'd have to look. But
I don't think I've ever won it.
Well, you struggle with the polyomino Tetris.
I do.
Games.
I know. There's a spatial thing that.
For some reason, my mind can just see it, and you struggle with that. Yeah. But no, it's a good game. Looking forward to it wouldn't be an expansion. It's a standalone. The next one.
Standalone game.
So, all right. Well, Angie, I think we should just wrap up this episode. After episode 11, I think we just need a little bit of a shorter episode. Just for my sanity and my recovery. But hopefully next episode, lucky number 13 is going to be rejuvenation and a new beginning.
Well, I think this is rejuvenation.
Sure.
We had an awesome quiz. You did very well at it.
I did. I redeemed myself on the quiz.
Unfortunately, you didn't find anything interesting.
What do you mean I didn't find anything? Oh.
Things I found interesting. Nothing.
Nothing. So, all right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I love you. No, I don't know.
Oh, that's not weird. Talk about that awkwardness. It's like you're on the first date and the guy, you're like, I love you. And the person is just looking at you going,
No, but seriously, I know I don't want to sound like a broken record, but there is one, if you really enjoy this episode, or if you really, really, really enjoy listening to us, there is one thing that you can do. And I know I say it just about every episode, and I got an announcer dude saying something to review this podcast on your favorite podcast provider. Share it with everybody you think that would enjoy this podcast as well. It really makes a difference. It helps us get out there so other people can discover this podcast. Also, if you enjoy what we're doing and you want to share it with the world, you can go to Etsy, Chasing Meeples Co., and you can buy yourself a Chasing Meeples t-shirt. We have stickers. We have other things, not just Chasing Meeples branded. We've got some cool gaming related merchandise as well. all of it will just help us keep bringing you content. So thank you very much, everybody. Have a wonderful, wonderful month. And we'll see you next time. Keep chasing those meeples.
Thank you for tuning into the Chasing Meeples podcast. We truly appreciate your company. As Chris put it so eloquently, your reviews and shares make all the difference. They help us reach more listeners, spread our love for games, and keep the conversation going. Please visit our website at chasingmeeples.buzzsprout.com. There you'll find a treasure trove of past episodes. Remember, the chase is what makes the game truly exciting. So keep on chasing those meeples. Your support fuels our passion, and for that, we can't thank you enough.